Napoleon Bonaparte, his role was very remarkable in the history of the France. At the time of instability, political instability took place, at the time of ruling directory, Napoleon Bonaparte had entered himself into the politics of the France and he announced himself as the Emperor of the France in the year 1804. From the 1804 to 1814, he ruled continuously to the France. Basically, he belonged to the Corsica island. In the year 1769, he born in Ajaccio, which is the French island of Corsica. And he was a very remarkable commander, military commander. And once his techniques and his campaigns, his method of war techniques, every lessons, as the lessons his techniques were taken in the schools of the militaries throughout the world. And he was also considered as a remarkable, a very powerful military commander throughout the world. And as he has invaded all number of the colonies, he used to appoint his relatives as the rulers there and he marched towards the other colonies to invade. So continuous war is by taking this continuous wars on number of the colonies, he extended the French kingdom a vast level. Okay children, so this is a very important the things or characters of the Napoleon Bonaparte. Anyway, the people of the France hope that the Napoleon Bonaparte will he will bring some changes in the society. And he is a liberator. So that the people of the France also had thought that he would also bring some freedom to the people. So in the same way, Napoleon Bonaparte also had brought so many modern laws to rule. So for example, what are the laws were implemented by him? They were all supported for the private property. And he also transportation system and communication system were also developed under his rule. And when he was ruling on, the methods of uniform currency, that is national common currency, was also established by Napoleon Bonaparte. Because of this common national currency, throughout the country, same currency was maintained. Because of that, the traders could have sent their goods and capitals very easily from place to place, and it became easy for them to make the trading. And even he also implemented the common national measures and weights by using the decimal system. It also helped a lot for the traders. And in the same way, he had also established that Napoleon Code or Civil Code, it is also called. Through this, he had demanded and he had brought a new law that right to vote and right to bring equality among the people. So this was the main intention of the Napoleon Bonaparte. In the same way, Napoleon Bonaparte has also re-established the slave trade. Already I said that at the time of Jacobin club ruling on, that is Maximilian Robespierre ruling on, he had cancelled and abolished the slave trade, which is a triangle among Europe and Africa and America. What was the triangle slave trade was conducted, that was again re-established after 10 years. In the year 1794, it was eliminated and abolished by Robespierre. But again, Napoleon Bonaparte has established this slave trade and he also, cooperated a lot for the development of the poor people. In addition to that, he also established some slave trade also. In the same way, whatever the laws he had brought, they were helped a lot for the private property. Okay children? And in the same way, in the year 1814, the other countries like Prussia and Austria joined with each other to defeat Napoleon Bonaparte. A single ruler, a single country cannot defeat Bonaparte. Approximately 70 quarrels, 70 battles he had conducted under his rule. So, it is any single country could not achieve victory over him. So that the Prussia and Austria joined together to defeat him. In the year 1814, Napoleon Bonaparte was defeated and he was sent to Elba Island. And again he escaped from the Elba Island, and again he came to the France and recouped army, and he wanted to invade again on the other countries. Then the other countries like Prussia, Austria, Russia, Britain, all these allied. They had joined with each other and they had Congress of Vienna. In 10th class we will come to know again about this. This Congress of Vienna, they made one association and they joined with each other to fight against Napoleon Bonaparte. So in the year 1850, so against these elite groups, Napoleon Bonaparte again was defeated. When he was defeated in 1815, he was sent to St. Helena. Helena, one island is there, which is in the Atlantic Ocean. To the Helena island, he was sent. After he was sent to the Helena, after 6 years, in the year 1821, with the stomach septic, with the disease, he was died. Okay, so with that, his chapter was completed. And after the death of this Napoleon Bonaparte, all the elite groups had met again to conduct the political situations, to carry on the political situations in the France. And again, the constitutional monarchy was established in the France as the leader Philip Bourbon dynasty, who is Louis XVI belonged to the Bourbon dynasty. Like that, Louis Philippe, the person who was existed at the time, that was as the king, as he was the king, constitutional monarchy was again established in France after the death of the Napoleon Bonaparte. Okay, in this way, the laws and the ideas of the liberty and the modern laws which are brought by the Napoleon worked a lot. And its impact of these new laws, impact of this liberty had brought a great change among the people even after the death of the Napoleon. And he worked a lot for the welfare of the people, and in addition to that, he extended the kingdom of the France. Okay children, so this is about Napoleon Bonaparte. Women have a revolution. So under this topic, the thing is, women had participated in the French Revolution or were they silent? Undoubtedly we can say that women had participated in the French Revolution. As already I said, in 1791, when men had started to prepare constitution, women had given support by taking care of the family members and by earning the money and queuing up for the bread in the market. Like the things, the domestical things were done by the women. And this is nothing but a support given to the man. And in the same way, the third estate people consist of two categories, the rich and the poor. The poor women were not educated, they were not supportable for getting all facilities. So to lead the life, they used to do jobs like sellers of flowers, fruits and vegetables, like laundresses, like daily workers and like slaves and the workers at the royal families, like small works they used to do to lead the family. The women belonged to the rich could only study, they could go to convents and they could also become the earners, job holders. Even though they were the job holders, they used to do some the works like fetching water and taking care of the family, cooking food for the family, taking care of the parents. These are the works usually done even by the rich people. And the social one, the women people, to bring some changes in the society, they had started number of political clubs. Political clubs are only the centers, they are only the rallying points to discuss their problems and to pressurize the government to implement some demands. What do they want? For example, the very important political club, the Society of Revolutionary and Republican women. So this is a society, a very important society, which was used to express their views and ideas and the demands by the women. What is the society name? The Society of Revolutionary and Republic Women. So many 60 women clubs were framed, and they had started by number of the prominent women. But most famous society is the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. What are the demands are pressurized to the government? What are the main demands took over by the women through this society? The first one is right to vote. What is the first one? First demand is right to vote. As already I said, the women, entire, even they are belong to rich or to the poor, the women when are not having any right to give their vote. Okay, and the second, that vote, that they should also be become the active citizens. They should become the active citizens. They also wanted to get right to vote. And the second one is they wanted to become member of assemblies. Okay, they wanted to become member of assemblies. They wanted to become a member of political institutions. They hoped that unless they become the member of the institutions, their demands could not come into the force. That was their opinion, that was their idea. So that they had also demanded that they would also become the member of political institutions. And like as already I said, at the time of Jacobin club ruling on, or Maximilian Robespierre ruling on, he did not give support to women political clubs. He eliminated, abolished a number of the political clubs, demolished a number of political clubs, and he also imprisoned and tortured, punished a lot, and some of the prominent women were also guillotined at the time of Jacobin club ruling. So in the same way, so no one political institution maximum they did not give support to the women. So women people to get the right to vote throughout the world, not only in the France, throughout the world, 200 years continuously they had taken revolution or the movements to get the right to vote. Finally, the French women people could get right to vote in the year 1946, before our independence. Just before our independence, the French women could get right to vote. Till then, they had continued from 1789 onwards, they had continued their revolution to get the right to vote. And the members of the assemblies. So these demands were pressurized to the government to implement good conditions in the society of women. So what were the changes brought by the government? Let us take the maximum. Some of the changes could have been brought by the government. So unless they could start they had started this revolution earlier, these all these reforms could not be implemented. Because of their participation in the revolution, all these demands were, some of the good conditions were being existed in the French society, women's society, most probably women's society we can say. So what were the changes brought up? First, schools were established especially for all the girls. It had made compulsory, government made compulsory schooling for all the girls, and all the girls could get the education, and they can also become the employees, they can become artists, and they can also become businessmen. So like privileges were given to the women also. And earlier the marriage was not under the civil law. Then the marriages were brought under the civil law, and even divorce also had become legal. Only men, not only men, women also could apply divorce. Both men and women also could apply for the divorce. So like that, and even the father in the olden earlier, the father could make the marriage at the childhood level only to the children. But now the children unless the child will give her assent to take the marriage, the father shouldn't make the marriage to the child. So with the agreement of the child, when the child gives her assent, then only the father can make the marriage to the children. And so like this, the father also had changed a lot. Reforms were brought in the social life of the women because of their involvement in the French Revolution. Okay children, so did women have a revolution? Means absolutely the women had participated in the revolution directly and indirectly also. They had given a lot of support to the volunteers and to the revolutionary public or people also in the France. Okay. The next topic is the revolution and the daily life. Children, if I ask you, did really the French Revolution had brought some changes in the lifestyle of the France? If I ask you, what do you say? You may say undoubtedly, absolutely, that the politics or the French Revolution has brought a lot of changes in the lifestyle of the people. What were the conditions were existed before 1789 were totally changed after 1789. There were lot of changes in the lifestyle of the men, women and even children. The people, what are the rights they were not enjoyed before 1789 were enjoyed after 1789. Okay, the revolutionary government took its own responsibility to pass the laws which reflect or which translate the ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity. So this revolution has brought a lot of change. One important law, as soon as the storming on Bastille was taken, one important law which is abolition of censorship. We can take this. Abolition of censorship is a very important law which has brought a lot of changes in the lifestyle of the people. In the old regime, unless the approval by the censors of the king or unless the king has approved, the plays, the writings, the magazines and even festive processions should not be published. They should take the assent of king. Unless the king has given his assent, they couldn't be published. But after the abolition of censorship, number of magazines, number of books, plays, skits and festive processions all were flooded throughout the France. And because of that, the common people, the uneducated people also could become, they could understand what the ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity, what the ideas of the important philosophers, they could understand and they could also come to know the real situations what were going on in the France. In the same way, the second law is freedom of press. So freedom of press also played a very important role to bring changes in the lifestyle of the people. Media has become a very prominent and important thing to bring the changes. So media has made transparent the activities of the government. Through the media, the people could come to understand the events and the actions took over by the government and in what way they should get reaction, in what way they had to behave, in what way they had to react. All these conditions were come to the mind of the people because of the press only. So press also has played a very important role to bring the changes in the daily life of the people. So because of the press, the ideas of the important philosophers also could come to know. through the skits, through the plays, and through some processions, like very not only through the books. Educated people could understand what the writings were given through the writings of the philosophers, but uneducated people also could understand the activities of the government and the events of the government and the situations of the society in the France, could understand with the help of media. Okay children, so like this the French Revolution situations were taken place. So French Revolution has become very important revolution in the history. Okay, and the ideas of liberty, equality and fraternity, which were the ideas of the France or which were ideas of French Revolution, become legacy of the revolution. And this revolution has brought a lot of change, not only entire France but also in the rest of Europe and in the world even. Okay children, so the situations which were existed 1789, entirely they had been changed. Okay, and the people could have enjoyed the liberty of equality, and all the people could feel free, and people could they reside and they had existed in the society with very fraternity, and the human rights were also taken, democratic rights were implemented, and the democratic rights, right to speech, right to express their ideas, they have become their natural rights. So the people could understand with all these changes in the French society only after the revolution of 1789, so that it has become a very exemplary revolution throughout the world. Okay children, I think you can understand this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in public chat. Thank you.